So today I'm going to be tier ranking the queen of Irish literature, queen of women's fiction.
Please welcome Marian Keys.
Just the embodiment of like a perfect like author who just is unafraid to actually write about like women's fiction in like such a complex manner with complex characters, but at the same time, and like obviously you know how misogyny, patriarchy, whatever, you know, the gist of the structures and like how it's not taken seriously. And I really like how, I don't know, how cheeky she can be about that. And she's like, she knows that she's, I don't know, I'm obviously predicting, like she knows that she's writing women's fic, but she also knows how good she is. Like lately been reading Grown Ups and I'm halfway through and I don't want it to end and I'm just really sad. Like I wish it was like 1,000 pages or something. I first started reading Marian Keys like over a decade ago, and I shouldn't probably have because I was 14 and I had no business reading some of the books, but it is what it is. I don't like, there's no harm. And before I get too sentimental about Marian, I have my tier ranking list here, which you'll see on the screen, and I already started typing. The first tier is like, okay, firstly, I'm not gonna be like objective about this. I love Marian Keys. Most of the books that I've read of hers are just brilliant. So yeah. So and then the second tier is Brilliance. Probably won an award or something kind of book, but like it's not like my ultimate fave. And then third book is a Marian Key book, a Marian Keys book, in that it's solid, it's strong. Yeah. The fourth tier, I'm not gonna have, oh, then the last tier will be the books that I haven't read. So let me just go to the fifth tier, and I'll be like, never read this. Fourth one, let's go with yeah, let's go with yeah. And I don't mean that in like a bad way or a good way, just like yeah book. So if I can't recall some of the things, I'll go Google them, like obviously, but I'm gonna try. So I've never read The Break, which will go here. Angels. Okay. Let me Google. It's one of the older sisters though, who, it's Maggie. Anyway, yeah, it's Maggie. She's always, it says she's always been the white sheep of the family. She was like a good sister, and like she's an obedient daughter, which I related to so much when I first read it, because I am an obedient, I've never really rebelled or done anything like that. I mean, but I think sometimes obviously parents think exercising your freedoms is rebelling. And yeah, so Maggie is doing her life. She's struggling with her husband, and then she finds out in the most random way that her husband Garv is cheating on her. And so like on a whim, she flies to LA to go visit one of her like close friends from back in the days and stuff like that, but they obviously can't see each other a lot because the friend is in LA, Maggie is in Dublin. And yeah, she starts experiencing LA life, exploring, like coming out of like her what people have fixed as a personality. And then okay, I don't need to explain more, but like this was my favorite book back in the day. But now I would put it on Brilliance, but it's not my ultimate. And I really loved how the marriage issue was resolved, because most of the times, like, don't, okay, like the narrative is that never forgive like a cheating partner, and I can understand the argument for that, but like it's sometimes good to forgive people. I don't know. Rachel's holiday. Rachel as the third sister, she lives in New York, and she starts doing drugs, and so her family does an intervention, and they take her to rehab in back home in Ireland. And then she's like reckoning with all of her decisions. She has a love interest, and there was like this hot sexy scene, and I was like, okay. I read this recently, and so I'd put it like perfection, actual perfection. It's really, really good. And I think it talks about dependency quite well. It talks about, oh my word, it talks about dependency quite well. Like, Marian Keyes' books have like lots of real issues, like domestic violence, rape, dependency, or alcohol addiction, and depression, because I think that's what like just compelled me towards her books as well, because I was depressed as a high school teenager, and I didn't like know how to express it though, and like I find somewhere where I'm getting so sentimental. Next book is Grown Ups. I'm gonna put this at perfection, even though I'm not done yet, because it's so good. Yo, it is so good. Actual perfection. Last Chance Saloon. It's about these three friends, I remember. One of them has cancer. I think it was anal cancer, and they made such like a joke out of it. One of the others is quite uptight, and then the other one is in a relationship with this like asshole, and they're kind of like navigating their lives basically. Oh, I'm not gonna log in. It's a Marian Keyes book. Solid. I think I've read it like twice, even though Mammy, Walsh, I've never read. This charming man. I've never reread this, so I can't. This is based on like memory from back then. So these three women have something like in common. We have she's at the tip of my tongue. Oh, the blurb starts. Everybody remembers where they were the day they heard that Paddy DeCalci was getting married. I don't know. I'm not pronouncing that correctly. But four women, so it's not three. In particular, the big news about the charismatic politician is especially momentous. Stylist Lola, love Lola, has every reason to be interested in who Paddy's marrying, because she's his girlfriend. She's definitely not the bride to be. Journalist Grace wants this inside story on the engagement and thinks Lola holds the key, while Grace's sister Monty still can't forget her first love, a certain Paddy. And what if soon to be Mrs. DeCalci, Alicia will do anything for a fiance and is determined to be the perfect wife, but does she know the real Paddy? Four very different women, one awfully charming man. It's about like intimate partner violence, and there was just like this scene in the book when they all discovered that they basically had been through the same thing, and it was just because that's it's so good. If I reread this, there would probably be some things that don't age well, because there is a man who cross dresses in the book. I don't know how that would be, because I don't know which other book I reread the other year. I got Marian Keyes. I mean, some race things were a bit icky, but like I feel weird now. So I'll put that actual meaning of perfect. this is Watermelon. It's about the first sister who is, yo, my memory is so, but she gets pregnant and finds out her husband cheated on her, or her husband leaves her for another woman, I think, I'm not sure. And obviously she's just, she's given birth. The day that she gives birth, her husband also leaves her. She's devastated. She lives in London and then she goes back home to Dublin. So yeah, a great apartment, a good job. Then on the day she gives birth to their first baby, James informs her that he's leaving her. Claire is left with a newborn baby, a broken heart, and a postpartum body that she can hardly bear to look at. Yeah, I also like that about weight and how the women like deal with weight and stuff like that. I think there's like something also very interesting is that it gives me insight like into white women's like body image issues. So she goes there, the family is sheltering her, loving her, helping out with the baby. Baby is Kate, I remember, and she gets better. And then James comes back, because don't all cheating husbands, I know I said with Gav that Maggie could forgive, but like, yo, not this one. Brilliance. I love this. I love Watermelon. They don't have the strongest romance, but I still like them. Just reread this in the midst of like a depression episode. So yeah, it hit the spot. I don't think I've always read this actually when I'm in a depression episode, because even in high school, oh my word, something's wrong with me. Okay, nothing's wrong. So it's about Helen, who's the last sister from the Walsh family. So the first one is oh my word, my memory. Maybe something is, it's Claire. First sister is Claire, and then it's Maggie, and then it's Rachel, and then it's Anna, and then this is Rachel, the last one. She's a very cynical, bossy, they describe her like her and Anna look alike, and like very tiny compared to the other three who are big boned. And yeah, so Helen's like an investigator, but like there's been the crash of 2008, and so she's dealing with that and like lack of employment. She is in a relationship with this other man, Artie, and then her ex from back in the day comes back and offers her like a job, saying that she needs to kind of like investigate this singer who's like belongs to a band who are doing like a retour kind of thing, whatever, reunion, and but like he's missing. So Helen goes, like, is investigating. She's lost her apartment, she's moved back home. Like, this song is, go listen to Mitski's Class of 2013. That's just like this entire book talks about depression so well. Like, yo, like Marian came in, I don't know, pulling some wounded kind of shit, and it hit the spot. And I don't know if she's like drawing from her own life experiences, but like it hits the spot. It's meaning of perfection. I did say that I'm not going to be subjective about this, so no worries, okay? And then Lucy Sullivan is Getting Married is about Lucy Sullivan who is getting married. Lucy has, I remember there was like alcohol addiction and depression thing. What happens when a psychic, a psychic tells her that, and then she lives with her best friend. And then there's like 3 men, and she's trying to figure, I'm gonna reread this again. No, I have to reread this again. I'll go with like solid. Like, it was good, man. It was good. And then the other side of the story, I went through so many loops to try and get this book. Yeah. It's about some cheating involved, basically. Okay. Jojo Harvey is a dead ringer for Jessica Rabbit and the most ferocious literary agent in town. Former NYPD cop, she now lives in London making $1 million book deals while trying to make partner at her firm, all the while sleeping with the boss man. Lily Wright is an author who believes in Carmen is waiting for the sky to fall after stealing her former best friend's man. Though her first book failed to sell, her life turns upside down when her most recent book becomes a bestseller. Gemma Hogan is an event design extraordinaire. While taking care of she emails closed. This year it goes here. Yeah, this was the category for this book. I've never read Under the Duvet. Sushi for Beginners like revolves around like 3 women, I think, as well. One of them is like this hotshot kind of boss marketing director who gets moved to like Ireland, and then she didn't want to be like at that place. There's Sushi for Beginners. Yeah. She's a magazine editor. She's sent to Dublin, but then she sees a boss, Jack, and she starts crushing on him. There's Ashling, who's an assistant editor. This confused me and my best friend so much because they say that Ashling doesn't have a waistline. I'm not sure what. I still don't know what that means. Does that mean that she's like just or like she's not, doesn't have any curves? What? Or she doesn't have a flat tummy, or like her tummy? I don't know. I'm still confused. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I still don't know. Chloe lives to domestic dream in suburban castle, but like she wants to do something. So all these women are like searching for. I hated this character. Yeah, this is I really like the romance that I wish like it'd been extended. I still wish that like it jumped on you, but isn't that love? So let's go with brilliant. And then it is making it up as I go along. And then the brightest star in the sky. It's about like these people who live in like this flat or like a block, and on one floor we have this, welcome to 66 Star Street. We have Katie, who's a music executive. She's like about to turn 40, and she's just she's always worried about weight as well. Below her is a pair of muscular poles share with a streetwise cabbie named Lydia, who's very cynical as well. This was like also like a very sex energy kind of flat situation. There was a lot of that. And then on the first floor is Finn. I've never known how to pronounce that. A gardener who prefers the company of and people. And he looks like a fairy tale prince, and he's very obsessed with himself. He lives with his great aunt or something, and he has his own TV show. Or in the process of getting it made. And then at the bottom of the house live Matt and Maeve, and they're married, very much. Oh, captivator is very much in love, and to starve off despair by doing random acts. Oh, this was heartbreaking. Yo, now I'm remembering. It was so heartbreaking, but so hopeful as well. I remember I read someone's like review about this book, about how that's like there was a particular scene in the book that happened that felt like justice, and I really liked it. That was among so many other like hopeful things to happen in the book, and someone's like, that's not realistic, and I'm just like, does it matter? Does it fucking matter? Like, I just love the fact that she put that. She's just such an empathetic author as well, and I love seeing how someone can care about the kind of characters they're writing about. I'm so sentimental. But I do love her. She's a queen, yo. Okay. The brightest star in the sky, actual meaning of perfection. And then The Woman Who Stole My Life. I haven't read that, so I need to read like 5 of the books. Yeah. This was so much fun to do. Let me know if you've ever read any of the books, or if you want to. I would recommend any of these books, like any of them. If you want something that's like light-hearted but like still hits the spot, moves you deeply. Yo, I'm so emotional of this. Okay, I will see you when I see you. Okay.